Hello everybody, thank you for tuning in to another edition of How I See It. In today's episode, we are going to be going over R.Kelly. I can't help but to talk about this whole R.Kelly docuseries. To me, my first impression is you have all these people speaking out. But where was you when it was happening? Where was you when it was happening, y'all? Okay? So to me, everybody's just as guilty as he is. Especially if you didn't say anything, but y'all waited for the, you know what I mean, to secure the bag in order to say something. I'm just not, I don't get it. You know what I mean? And you're less of a human than you were before you said anything.
Do you like teenage girls?
When you say teenage, how are we talking?
Girls who are teenage.
Because it's like, you know, guilty by association. Put it that way, y'all. I ain't going for it. I'm not going for it. I'm not going for it. We can't sit here and say that he's buying his way out, because he ain't buying his way out. He's broke. He's let us know in that last record, Confessions, that he was broke, that he'd sold all the rights to his music, that, you know, and then allegedly Aaliyah was pregnant. And I'm like, okay, because you know what I mean? Allegedly Selena was pregnant too. Like, we don't know. We can't bring them back and go, where are you, girl? What had happened? What had really happened? And then the mama comes out with this big ass spiel, right? Talking about, you know, she was a dancer, she a liar, I ain't never seen her on this whole earth and what have you. And it's like, where were you, Miss? I was there every time. You know what I mean? Where were you? Where were you when they got married? Where were you whenever he was, you know what I mean? Like, look, the girl said the door swung open. She saw them doing it. I don't think it was a secret that he was doing it with everybody was lining up, right? Everybody's mama back in the, and if you recall, like the 90s were, even the 80s, okay? I said to myself, this kind of conspired, you know, because they always say Hollywood is Hollywood. But what I'm saying is, you remember Studio 54? I don't know, I'm just way off, but just ride it with me. Studio 54 was a place where everybody went. They was having sex on the club floor, right? They were letting some minors in and what have you. Then later on, you have Hugh Hefner. Kendra was like 16 years old when he was eating, you know, sushi off her belly, and he recruited her, right? And everybody there got drugged, quaaluded, and everything else, as Holly mentions in her tell-all book. And what else? And you know, it just goes on and on and on. So whenever you have somebody like R. Kelly, you know, there's a thing about, you know, getting it out the mud. And usually you try to, you know what I mean, secure the bag by any means possible. If you got a talent, oh my God, take your kid to every talent agency, you know what I mean, every audition, try to get them out there. They're going to pay the rent. They're going to buy us the house, you know what I mean? Like, that's my baby, right? Anything she wants, they start spoiling your kids. And then they become, you know what I mean, like controlling over you. We don't know how any of this situation, and I'm not trying to justify R. Kelly at all, but I'm trying to tell you how parents are. You have these parents that are like, you know what I mean, she's gonna do it, I got faith in her, either way, she's got talent, she's gonna, you know what I mean, she's gonna make it. Then you got all these 13, 14, 15-year-olds making their own decisions, and they're going off with these agencies or these people that can make them stars, quite allegedly, and they never make it, right? And then they end up staying in all these brothels and crap. Remember whenever Corey Feldman and Corey Haim ended up dead in the bench park right there in Central Park. Corey Feldman, you know what I mean, he's told his story so many times to where he can't even get a job no more because he talked. You know what I'm saying? Remember Amanda Cosgrove, she received it was like, I don't know, it was like the last day of Cat and Sam, and the producer guy there, he was from Head of the Class, like, right? And he's a producer now. I forget his name. Good God, I'm gonna put it in the critic. But anyway, he was like, want to give her a hug, and she was all like, get away from me, right? Where on the street was he? He was, you know what I mean? He was that kind of person too. And when you have all these people, Harvey Weinstein's, you know, Bill Cosby's, you know what I mean? And then a lot of people you got out here just trying to secure the bag. Like, let's just make it. Look, didn't we just watch DJ? Okay, me. I watched DJ Academics the other day tell us a story that Selena Powell was trying to, you know, pair up with this one chick saying, you know, let's make up something on him. You know what I mean? And she was like, okay, well, look, what about like an STD or if he raped me and all this crap? Like, it's just ridiculous. So you have people out here that are just trying to secure the bag. Then you got people out here with talent, you know what I mean? Promise, you know, and I know it's just all over, but what I'm saying is, whenever you're so hard up to be something, you let your kids, you trust your kids to be with somebody that you put your trust in that person to actually help make your kids be somebody, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. But I can't go with everybody's story here. And look at his baby mama. What's her name? Dre. Oh my God, Andrea. I don't know what her name is, but anywho, she's a mad mess. I swear, I've seen everybody put out footage, and I've been watching her, right, because she was crying not so long ago, but then it was like, oh, y'all deserve it, and then you talk about it, but then you go, it's just like, whatever. Oh my God, this child. So anywho, and now, you know what I mean, she's trying to secure the bag. She's been on every talk show that I can think of, you know what I mean, telling her story, and just crocodile tears falling, you know what I mean. Oh, he's a monster, he's this, he's that, he made me do this, and it just only got worse. Girl, bye. He was paying your bills. You didn't have to work. You still don't want to work. Okay, let the facts be shown. And if I'm not completely wrong, there were allegations on how she feared that he might have, done something to one of his own kids. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Oh, if y'all didn't, I'm going to put the link in the description box below. And I know y'all all know Tasha K. She put out the interview today, and I could have sworn I'd seen clips of it not so long ago. I must be a damn fool. But with R.Kelly's story in there about how, him and R.Kelly were allegedly sexually abused by the sister Teresa. What in the hell, right? This guy's story gets into detail, and he is very, very hurt. Like, you know what I mean? And he ain't trying to secure the bag. He's just really trying to explain that R.Kelly is, you know what I mean? This has happened, and it's more than likely the cause of why R.Kelly is the way he is. No doubt, right? What I wanted to address, though, is I've been reading the timelines, and I noticed that a lot of people are stating that, that this happens in, only the black communities. And let me be the first one to tell you, no, the hell it don't. No, the hell it don't. There was a time in history, okay, not today, because we got social media and everybody gets a blast putting on them if they do something crazy or evil or nasty, anything of that nature. You just, nothing remains a secret. But I do want to say that a time ago, that this is not just a black thing. This is, I'm from a biracial household, so I know that it happens in white households. I know that it happens in, Mexican American households. I know that it happens, if y'all want to take credit for it. So this does not happen in only black households. It don't, okay? This happened during a time where whenever you said something, it was more of a shut your mouth. Everybody thought it was you were just telling stories, you know what I mean? Or you were just making up some shit, or just making up allegations on somebody because you didn't like to be left alone with that person, or you didn't want to be babysat. That's the facts. That's the bottom line, okay? Because everybody knew that once, you know what I mean, Uncle Ricky put his hands on one, you need to watch out, because Uncle Ricky put his hands on everybody once he drank that pint, okay? That kind of thing, I'm saying. And it does trickle down, because you were abused, you will be abused. You was abused, they will abuse again. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, don't do that. Don't try to, you know what I mean? Don't try to blame it all on y'all. Don't do that. Don't take the burden of being, you know what I mean, looking shitty. Don't do that. This is an everybody thing. This is an everybody problem, okay? Because like I said, in the 80s, 90s, before all this social media blew up, that's the way it was. That's the way it was. No one could really say anything. And if you recall, I know here where I'm from, if you called the cops on somebody for doing something, it was domestic. Yeah, exactly. It was a domestic altercation. So the cops would leave. You know how many times that, our neighborhood, the kids would call the cops on their parents or somebody in the household for doing something stupid to them, and from an ass whooping to abuse to mental abuse to physical abuse to sexual abuse, the list goes on and on. The cops would leave because it was domestic, and they were like, whatever's in the family, we can't be no part of. So let's blame it on that. Let's blame it on a time in history. Don't blame it on the don't claim it as a cultural issue. That's not it. Or our community or our culture. Don't do that. It's everybody that had a shady ass household accepted it, because you always had that parent that needed to bring in the bag. So y'all just sat on that and marinate. I'm going to end it at that. I do want to hear your thoughts on the whole situation. That's just all I really wanted to address, because I'm not giving 2 F's to this documentary. I don't know who was paid on this documentary. I don't know, you know what I mean? As far as I know, they all were, okay? I don't know if it was just Dre or I forget. I don't even know her name. Like, really? I know what she looks like, okay? Because she all got her hair pulled back. She was a ballerina. I remember she hurt her toe on the show. And And then, you know, I don't pay attention to names. I pay attention to the great storyline. Who's got a good storyline? That's what I'm gonna follow. So anywho, there you have it. I want you to, even if you don't want to, okay, just go ahead and subscribe and sign up for notifications. I only do give it a couple times a week, and a few sponsorships in between, but I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you so much for tuning in to How I See It, and me and my little dimple nugget. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Why is it I see you here always watching my videos and you never subscribe? There's a button down there with the green check. Go and push it.